Banks worldwide are right now discussing integrating Pi blockchain into their systems, and I'm going to show you exactly what's happening. While most Pi holders are losing hope and searches are dropping, major financial institutions are having serious boardroom conversations about using Pi as a unified infrastructure for global banking. This isn't speculation. We're talking about actual frameworks for a globally agreed Pi price, shared regulatory standards, and practical implementation timelines. Stay with me, because what I'm revealing today could completely change how you see your Pi holdings. Before we dive deeper, follow my Telegram and Facebook pages, links in the description. That's where I drop breaking Pi news the second it happens. Now let's get into why banks are even looking at Pi. You know what? The current banking system is honestly a disaster. Sending money internationally takes days, fees are ridiculous, and every bank operates in isolation. Pi blockchain offers a shared digital ledger where thousands of computers hold identical records simultaneously. To fake a transaction, you'd need to hack thousands of computers at once. Basically impossible. For banks, this means moving money in minutes instead of days, slashing costs dramatically, and making everything transparent. Here's where it gets really interesting: the global price mechanism. You know what? The plan involves creating an official price index, pulling data from multiple trusted exchanges into one transparent number everyone uses. A business in Tokyo, a customer in Brazil, and a supplier in Germany would all see the same verified Pi price. No hidden games, no manipulation, just one clear value. This eliminates the chaos of different exchange rates and stops banks from ripping people off with rate games. Everything becomes predictable and fair, and anyone can verify the price themselves. But you can't run a global system without ironclad rules. You know what? The regulatory framework being discussed involves strict technical standards for security, clear processes for price setting, and strong anti-money laundering requirements. We're talking independent audits, real-time regulatory monitoring, and complete transparency on fees. This isn't Wild West crypto, this is legitimate financial infrastructure with proper safeguards. And honestly, that's exactly what's needed for mainstream adoption. The rollout would happen in careful stages. You know what? Banks would start by training staff and connecting to test networks where they run trials without risking real customer money. They'd test price feeds, find bugs, and shore up security. Only after passing rigorous certification would they go live, starting small and gradually expanding. It's methodical and protective, which is how serious infrastructure projects actually work in the real world. Let's talk about what banks get out of this, because they're not doing charity work. You know what? Real-time settlements mean money moves instantly. Lower costs mean bigger profits, less spent on outdated infrastructure. You know what? Cross-border payments that currently cost a fortune could happen in minutes for pennies. Banks could build new services on Pi infrastructure, staying competitive against fintech companies. The transparency helps with compliance too. There are real business reasons driving this interest. But let's be honest about risks, because I don't blow smoke. You know what? New technology brings vulnerabilities. Banks need massive cybersecurity investments. Even with a global price standard, volatility remains, requiring hedging strategies and reserves. Different countries mean different regulations, adding complexity. These risks are real and manageable through careful planning, but anyone saying this is guaranteed is lying. For regular people, this is huge. You know what? Remittances arrive faster with lower fees, more money reaching families instead of disappearing in bank charges. In unbanked regions, Pi's mobile design could bring financial services to millions currently excluded. Small businesses could accept global payments without expensive merchant accounts. That's real financial inclusion. But smaller banks need support programs with training and technical help so nobody gets left behind. So, what does this mean for your Pi? You know what? Banks don't waste resources on worthless projects. These discussions about shared infrastructure, transparent pricing, and comprehensive regulation are building blocks of real financial systems. This separates legitimate projects from dead coins. Does it guarantee success? No, and anyone claiming otherwise is selling something. But it's a serious indicator that Pi is being taken seriously at institutional levels. Now let me give you my brutally honest opinion, because you deserve the truth. You know what? I've followed Pi through all the hype cycles, the excitement, disappointment, waiting, frustration. I've felt it all like you. The highs of excitement when new announcements drop, the long silences that test everyone's patience, and the endless debates about whether Pi will ever reach its full potential. But what I'm seeing now with these institutional discussions feels completely different from the usual crypto hype we've seen over the years. This isn't just social media buzz or empty promises. It's substantial, grounded in real business logic and practical economics. Banks don't sit in boardrooms discussing a project unless there's real potential behind it. The fact that they're exploring integration, considering regulatory frameworks, and developing price mechanisms shows that Pi has captured serious attention. It suggests that beyond the noise, there's something here that traditional finance believes is worth their time and analysis. But here's my complete truth. You know what? None of this is guaranteed. For every exciting development, there are still massive hurdles to overcome. Politics can interfere. Competing interests can stall progress, and technical challenges can expose weaknesses that take years to fix. Regulatory pushback alone could slow everything down if governments aren't ready to adapt. So while the current momentum feels real and encouraging, we have to stay grounded. Hope and hype can be powerful motivators, but only time, patience, and real execution will determine whether Pi truly becomes the global financial infrastructure people are dreaming about. Even if everything goes perfectly, adoption takes years, not months. If you're expecting quick riches, you'll be disappointed. That's not how legitimate infrastructure works. My personal take: Pi has a legitimate shot at significance, but it requires patience and realistic expectations. You know what? Mining is done, the network is live, and now we're in the hard part, where real utility gets created or doesn't. This banking integration framework is exactly what needs to happen for long-term success. It's not guaranteed, but it's promising. That's more than most crypto projects can say. What should you do? Stay informed, stay skeptical, stay patient. Don't invest more than you can lose. Don't make decisions based on YouTube videos, mine or anyone's. Do your research, verify information, maintain healthy skepticism while staying open to possibilities. You know what? People who succeed in any investment stay rational, gather information, and make calculated decisions rather than emotional ones. The people losing hope right now might be giving up right before things get interesting. Or maybe not. I don't know the future, but what I do know is that giving up based on emotion rather than information is how people miss opportunities. Stay informed, think critically, and make your own decisions based on facts, not feelings. If this was valuable, hit that like button. Drop a comment with your thoughts on banking integration, bullish, bearish, or in between. Subscribe because I bring real information, not just hype. Join my Telegram and Facebook communities in the description where we discuss every development as it happens. Whether Pi succeeds or fails, we'll navigate it together with honest information. Stay smart, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.